Hello guys, Arcade Deception, and in this video, I'm going to talk about my thoughts and opinions on Recon Breakpoint PvP. And first off, when it comes to, from this game to Wildlands, in my opinion, there is not really much of a difference. The biggest difference with the PvP is the freedom of class choice. The freedom to pick whatever weapon you want. I'm stuck. Yeah, the freedom to choose whatever weapon you want to use with your classes. That is the main difference I see within both the Wildlands and Breakpoint's PvP. But this concept of freedom of choice in your class becomes another problem in my opinion, which I'll explain later in the video. But if you were not a fan of Ghost War and Wildlands, I would probably not suggest it to you with this version because it's more the same. As I mentioned, it's not much different. But to continue on with the video, one of my first complaints is that it's kind of a universal change where it could be changed throughout the game as with story mode and PvP, and that is the camera. I think the camera, in my opinion, is pretty atrocious in certain situations, such as indoors. It feels claustrophobic at times. Like I said, you go in a small building like this, and the camera is so close. You're trying to move around the building, and you're just hitting stuff sometimes. But like the camera just feels, it's way too close to the character, and it is pretty low to the character as well. Like
the surveillance system is ready for access.
Can hit the top
Start
of the screen.
hacking.
See how close he is to the top. Usually in third person, I honestly don't see him that close. In my opinion, I think they should give us a field of view option, or at least put it back to what it was in Wildlands, because that camera was, it's way better. I'm so used to that camera, and that camera's really good. Especially with the way the camera is in this game, it would be like, I would say, a quality of life change. Like I'm not a fan of this camera. Plus, if you you start the game up and you just haven't changed your settings and stuff, the camera is way more atrocious. If you have it on the default sensitivity, you hardly turn it on. It hardly turns. Like, see, this is at the highest, and it's pretty decent. But like, if you have it at the lowest, it's like maybe like this. That's probably the closest it is, and that is that. It kind of makes me want to puke because how bad it is. Now, another thing is that with the surveillance beacon towers, I was doing this video earlier and I kind of forgot to mention this, but with the surveillance beacon towers, some maps have them oddly placed. Like this map especially has it like on the far one-sided of the map, like over here. And in my opinion, it creates all the gameplay, like all the action becomes over here. And that feels kind of weird to me. Like, I feel like the gameplay should move more into the middle of the map, to where, you rush down the middle, you get a couple teammates down the middle of the map, a couple teammates on the side, maybe get like 1 or 2 on the side. But then, most of the gameplay will come on one side of the map, like here. Like, most of the gunfights will be engaged here, but this side will be left open for nothing. And in my opinion, it kind of makes the map, like, why is the map this big if the surveillance beacon is here? That is my opinion. I don't know how other people feel about this. But basically, the main thing, what happened is, like, at least one person, like, I flank a lot on this side, and most of the time, nobody's even there. I see nobody. Until I get over here, like, over there, then I start seeing people over here and I flank them. It's easy to flank people on this map because the surveillance beacon is over here. Like, flanking is really easy in this game, in my opinion, because, well, especially this map, because of the beacons here, as I just said. But literally, like these parts of the map, I hardly ever get gunfights or gameplay unless there's at least a couple snipers over here. Then that's it. But you don't see a lot of people go down here or go inside these buildings and stuff. From what I've seen, this is more of a more of a personal experience. I don't know if this is everybody's experience, so experiences may vary. on this part of my thoughts on the game. I don't know. Some people may experience, some people may not. But yeah, that's my thoughts about like some spots. I think this might be the only map that has this problem, honestly. Like the other maps have it kind of like in the middle, but this map has it like on one-sided. What it seems one-sided. But with that, we're gonna go into the class menu, and now this is like gonna be a long discussion. This is where I think the game could be kind of stale. And before we get to that, I'm gonna go over the positive of the game, and that is the gunplay. The gunplay feels pretty good. If you played Wildlands, you probably feel like it's a familiar place because a lot of recoil patterns do feel the same for Wildlands. Sometimes it's hard to control a gun, which yeah, it's kind of a thing in the game. But the close quarter combat in this game is fun and exhilarating. It's fast paced and it's super fun. But what this game is, it's like a cup of coffee at times. You get that cup of coffee, you get the energy, you feel rejuvenated, and it gets you throughout the day, you know, kind of like in the real world when you're working. You get rejuvenated, it works you out the day. But then you get the casual, let's say, 3 o'clock crash where you're just tired. But when it comparing to this game is that it's boredom. And what I mean by boredom is that you're just sitting. You're moving up. Like say I like to go up in the map and go close quarters, but then you'd be just sitting near the surveillance speaking, and nobody is nearby, and basically the whole other team's on the other side of the map with snipers. And this is where the game gets stale, is because the game doesn't force weapons upon players. Now, in some people's opinions, they might think this is a great system. It's a good idea because, you know, I could use whatever weapon I want. Like, say, I'm comfortable with this G36C here. I'm really comfortable with that, so I'll want it with any class I want. I want it all the time until I find a gun that I feel more comfortable with. Then, I want a sniper. I want a sniper on the side so I can play in long-distance engagements. Basically, if you play Wildlands, you're basically playing Ranger. Basically, in this game, can play the Ranger class. With the Ranger class is the jack of all trades. He carries a DMR, a marksman rifle, and he carries a submachine gun. So he can compete from far range, but he also can compete from close to medium range. So he can compete at all ranges and be efficient in any gunfight. Now, when everybody does it, I feel like it's a problem, and I have experienced matches where people will be on one side of the map all just wanting snipers at DMRs, while I'm over here with assault rifles, submachine guns, and I'm just sitting in the middle of the map, you know, looking for enemies to come over here, but they're all on the other side of the map. Then whenever they get spotted, I have to run all the way to the other side of the map before, then eventually my teammates come with their own sniper rifles and DMRs, and that, it makes me bored. Like, it gets me, it's like, really? And it's happened a couple times. It's happened. Like, especially on Cold War Bunker, the big giant, rusted silo. Players will always go to, which it is a pretty good spot, but it always happens. But, like, in my opinion, with the class-based setup they have in this game, the game could go into a stale state. In my opinion, this is my personal preference and my personal experience. So again, experiences may vary. And I like to be close quarters because close quarters is the best part of the game, in my opinion. And it's fun and exhilarating, but whenever snipers snipe, whenever we get, like, basically almost the whole team can snipe. Like, literally the whole enemy team can snipe. That is the possibility in this game. It could get bored and stale in the long run, in my opinion. Now, here's the thing about the classes. The classes have, they have these, proficiencies, or I would say perks towards certain weapons or certain, playstyle, but the game doesn't force it upon you. Like, literally, this class, the suppressors on handguns and submachine guns do not take damage reduction. So this class entices you to one, like suppressors on submachine guns, or you could just, you don't have to one suppressor or not. Suppressor or not, you're still gonna get your full damage. But the game doesn't force it upon you. So basically with this class, you could want an SMG and want a sniper, which that could be a possible thing. But with this class, it gives you bonuses with shotguns and assault rifles. Like in this class, it touches you to one assault rifle and shotguns. But what you could do is one assault rifle and a sniper. Now this class is all about the hero stuff. It doesn't entice you to play a certain playstyle. Basically, with this class, just like in last game, you want to stay back and watch over your, see which teammates go down, heal them up, and survive. That is the aspect of the field bag. You want to survive. So you want to stay back, maybe carry a DMR, which that's completely fine. Now the sharpshooter class, obviously it's the sharpshooter class, which gives you perks towards sniping, which that is the purpose of this class. This class entices you to be the sniper because it helps you with sniping battle. But these other classes don't do that, and still people are gonna want the sniper because they can play at all ranges. You can play Ranger with all these classes. With the current class setup, I don't know if they're going to change it in the final build of the game to where they will have weapons forced upon you. But my alternative is that, players may get drawn out from, okay, it's like, okay, in the beta we were able to choose what weapon to want, but now we're stuck with using a certain weapon in class. Here's my solution. With this class, you can use any assault rifle and shotgun. Like, you can pick any assault rifle as a primary and any shotgun as a secondary. Now with this class, I don't know what you would do. Like, you could go with a DMR or in the submachine gun, be like the Ranger. I don't know the true incentive of this class. I just don't know what weapons they would be comfortable with wanting in this class. But with this class, you should want a SMG, like a suppressed SMG, like a Vector, yeah, perfect example. But you can want any submachine gun in the game. You can pick any submachine gun in the game. And I don't know, what would a secondary be? Maybe another one. I don't know. Then in this class, you can pick any sniper rifle, DMR, such and such. It'd be a way to, like, it kind of still gives you freedom, but it gives you freedom within a category of whatever class you play. So if you're comfortable with certain assault rifles, you play assault, and you would use any assault rifle that you used. That you're comfortable with. But and the other difference with the class is the equipment they use. Like, you got the med kit, then you got the gas grenade, cloak and spray, then you got the sensor launcher. Like, see, these classes do have things that make them unique, but it's the gunplay and the gunplay style is what really divides the class. And in this game, you can play any class the way you want. And that in my opinion, would become a problem. Also, problem with this is also that the meta of the game, with the certain aspect of the, people are gonna release videos like, this is the best gun with this attachment, yada yada, this gun, best gun in the game. And if people see that on YouTube, people are gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna get this gun, and I'm gonna put these attachments. I'm just gonna run this on any class, I don't care, and get the best advantage on the battlefield. Like, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. It's like this in other games as well. Like the Division 1. If you ever play skirmish on Division 1 against veteran players, basically they're all gonna want the house, because the house is like basically one of the best weapons in the game. So do you see what I'm getting at? That the gameplay aspect can be the gameplay with the class can be like beneficial to the player itself, but overall, I feel like it could stale the game to where everybody's just running the same thing over and over again. So that is basically it for this video. And one more thing I want to talk about, if you played the beta but haven't pre-ordered yet and you're thinking of buying the game, I honestly think you should hold up on that, because the game is going to be buggy at launch. This game has bugs. Lots and lots of bugs. I've experienced some of the bugs, and one of them was like kind of game breaking because I literally could not move in the middle of the game, which I have it in another video. I literally could not move because I was messing with the scoreboard. For some reason I got stuck and got the cursor, like this cursor right here, got it stuck on my screen the whole time, and I could not move. And I couldn't even leave the lobby. I had to close the application to even get out of it. So there's other bugs in the game, obviously. There's many bugs, and even the other beta had tons of bugs, and this beta has bugs. But look, we only have days away to the game's launch. There's no way all these bugs are gonna be fixed before the launch. So at launch, the game's gonna be buggy. It's gonna have problems. The servers may even have problems. Because with the launch of the beta, couldn't even play the game. I couldn't even play it. Well, other people couldn't even play it either. I saw other people live stream and they couldn't even play the beta as well when it launched. So I don't think it will be like this at launch, but at least it might have server issues. I'm thinking it will. And plus, it should be solved. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Hope you guys like it and enjoy. And if you have your own thoughts and opinions down below, please tell me. If there's any other problems with the beta that you have, be sure to tell me as well. And that'll be it for this video. Like and subscribe for more. And see ya.